Ring Ring by Brianna Bond. Nothing but a girl and her phone. She was having another battle with her mind, but this time she was losing. And it was getting harder to keep fighting. All she needed was for one person to take her mind off of it, convince her it was worth it. He said he'd be there for her. Why isn't he answering? Why did he leave her alone? Please answer. Then it hits her, like a stab in the chest. He won't be there. No one will be there. The number you have reached is unavailable. Please leave a message after the beep. He wipes his eyes raw and tore into his third box of tissues. To repeat this message, press 5. The emptiness was filled with the sound of her tears and pills rattling around as she empties the bottle. Salutations, friends. My name is Brianna Bond, otherwise known as No Ordinary Scholar, and I'll go ahead and throw this back up here where it belongs. Place of honor. So that was fun. I feel like it's been a while since I've gone over any of my work recently. I feel like it's been a while since I've gone over any of my work. So let's jump into it with Ring Ring. Now, background on me is needed this time around. A background on me is needed this time around. So the thing to note with this piece is that, as I'm sure you know, if you've been hanging around here for a while, I suffer from depression. And I also, alongside with that, have some social issues. The reason behind a lot of my writing is the fact that I just have a lot of issues explaining how I am feeling and verbalizing how I am feeling. So I tend to write it because that's really the only way that I can get it out at this point. I wrote this as kind of a response to people always telling me, oh, whenever you're feeling bad, call me. Because in reality, I rarely initiate any form of social interaction. I really don't. I wait until someone interacts with me, and the reason for that is because when I do initiate that social interaction, I feel leaving the interaction like an idiot. I start hating myself because obviously I'm wasting your time is what I keep hearing in my head. I keep hearing in my head that I'm wasting your time. You had better things to do. I had nothing important to say. You don't even like me anyway. Now you like me less. Those are the kind of things that go on in my head when I do start a social interaction. And that's on like my best days. So if I'm already feeling bad, then I'm going to be going into this conversation and leaving the interaction with those same anxious, oh my god, I hate myself, why did I do this, they hate me, I wasted time. Those feelings times like 10. And that's if they answer the phone. But don't you have at least some friends that'll be there and answer your call whenever you need them? Me? Friends? Huh. The major reason why people will not answer the phone when I'm having like a massive suicidal breakdown is because they have their own lives. Like, people have their own friends, they have their families, they have spouses, they have jobs, and they have to sleep. Any of these many things can factor into the fact that you don't end up answering your phone. You're not always able to access your phone, and you aren't always able to pick up a phone call on your personal phone. It happens. You get that then. You get that they have their own lives. Why can't you just wait for them to be available or try calling someone else? This for me has always been the thing people really don't get when I'm trying to explain my issues to them. It's almost like they compare me and my mental illness just to them on a bad day. And everything is just a state of mind that needs to be changed. They end up getting to a point where they're like, hey, well, if you get that people have their own lives, then why can't you just be like, hey, you have your own life, you didn't answer the phone, that's fine, I'll call back later, or I'll call someone else. If I'm really at that low of a point, I am basically on the brink of killing myself, which people don't seem to understand if I'm really having a suicidal breakdown, I am very much almost there. Depression can manifest in this very painful feeling in my like stomach and my gut, and all around very not great experience. But people are just comparing that to just them being sad for a bit, and so they'll tell me, you can just figure it out, you can just wait a little bit. But I can't. I am already at a low point. I'm already essentially a flick away from life or death is basically where I am at. If I'm at the point where I feel like I need help and I need to talk to you. So I do not have the ability to just sit and wait, because you not answering the phone is immediately the thought in my head that they have better things to do than to care about you. They're probably at work. That's more important than your life, because again, I am at this potentially life-ending point emotionally, and like maybe you're at work, maybe you're doing whatever you're doing, that's a part of your life that immediately becomes more important than my life. And I completely understand. I completely understand that I am not the center of most people's lives. I get that. I get that. But it's the fact that I don't have a stable social support system. So for there to be no one and that would be willing to put something else aside to help me makes it a very unstable situation. So this interaction, me not being able to talk to you, you not picking up this call when I am so desperately need you, that becomes my standing with you. That becomes, I can't trust you to be able to be there when I need you. Might be you're the person I'm closest with. So if I can't get that from you, why would I get that from anyone else? Why would I get that with someone I only see during cheer? Why would I get that from someone I only see for a speech and debate tournament? And people may say that's over dramatic, but the fact of the matter is I don't have control over the situation either. That's another thing people don't get, is I can't just put my depression aside. Oh, we'll wait for this breakdown. Oh, I can just hold on, I can bottle this up until they're ready for me. I can't do that. That's also why it is an issue when I've had people say, oh, I can't deal with this today. Like, I'm having a really good day. I can't deal with you and your depression stuff. We can talk tomorrow. I can't put it on pause. I don't have control over the situation. And frankly, when you are telling me that I just need to take a minute to think about it differently, I just need to wait until someone else can help me, I need to wait so I can just call again, that can register in my head as you do not care about me enough to listen when I'm saying I do not have that kind of control over this mental illness. Because if you look at the brain of someone with depression and the brain of someone who does not, like a brain scan, they do not look the same, they are not working the same way. I do not have control. These are things beyond my control going on right now. It is an illness, it isn't a disease, and it is a struggle I can't put on hold. And that's what I do like about I Hear Colors. A nice smooth segue into the book that I wrote. I just want to say a few things about it, because in the book I actually do, we can put the book here, we can be right here. There you go. In the book I do essentially reenact this poem that is in the color black. See, we're doing all of the stuff right now. Everything is happening. But I do essentially reenact this poem in I Hear Colors, because there is a scene where the main character, Candace, is just super overwhelmed with everything. She feels super alone. And so, because they said they'll always be there for her, nothing is more important than making sure she's okay. So she calls, and they don't answer. For this, it is also set up the idea that he just wouldn't be there for her. He's proven time and time again that he wouldn't be there for her, but he keeps saying that he will be there for her. This is just a really good place to show that words do not mean anything if you are not going to be able to back them up, because you see the struggle that this forces her through, this person that she cares about so much not answering her when she's literally unable to think of a reason not to die. But she put so much faith in him. She put that much faith in him that he would answer the phone, and he doesn't do it, because she does not turn out well after that. She's not, it doesn't make her feel better. She isn't able to just hold out for him, just give him a chance, take a little breather, put the depression on pause. She can't do that. She can't do that, so she doesn't do that. And I can't do it either. So the way I go about trying to avoid this entire situation is, if I'm in a depressive spell, I don't try and call somebody. There's nobody that I can guarantee is going to be able to pick up a phone and answer it any time, any place. There's no one I can make that guarantee with. And when it's literally very much my life at risk at this point, I'm not going to bet my life when I know the odds of someone picking up the phone whenever I need them are that damn low. Wow, that's really sad. I mean, yeah, but is it sadder than yet another suicide? Thank you so much for listening. If you would like to hear more from me, please hit the subscribe button. Check out my Instagram, Facebook, and ordinaryscholar.com, all of which are linked down below. If you want to hear more of my poetry, The Color Black is available on Amazon. This is that book. It's a little shiny. This book. This was actually my first publication, right over here. Are You Afraid of the Dark? It's great. Love it. You dig it. If you would like to hear about that novel, I Hear Colors, also on Amazon. This is my proof copy, my baby. But you can get your own copy. Both are on Amazon under Brianna Bond. I can link both of them down below as well. And if you're like really feeling generous, then please check out my Patreon account. But until next time, valedictions, friends.